NTFL Division 1 game between the Wadeye Magic and the Banks Football Club. It's the Wadeye Magic's fourth of 10 game trial. Welcome, Tavis Perry.
Thank you very much, Brad. Very much looking forward to today's game. Banks are obviously one of the powerhouse teams in the Division 1 competition, but the Magic have taken all before them so far.
And it's on Kintari straight up. He's kicked about, I think he's averaging about 6 to 7 goals a game this year, and yeah, I think he's going to start well in this first game today.
Yeah, just an exceptionally gifted player. I think he's 36 or 30 quickest probably out here, and fantastic set of hands and a fantastic mark.
And the Banks Football Club on top of the Division 1 ladder, obviously runners up in the grand final last year, out to show the Magic that it's not going to be an easy beat today. Absolutely, they've set up here with a bit of a press in their back line. Seeing if they can upset Magic going forward. Really looking forward today for Banks, Nick Twelftree, who played Thunder a couple of years ago, and is a very talented player in the division. The coach, Tim Wolf. Yeah, Tim Wolf and Christopher Cates, the best and fairest of the Division 1 comp last year for Banks. Number 2 is an exceptional player and has a massive engine. So I actually lined up on him last week, and yeah, he ran my legs off. Also a big hello out to the people in Port Keats who are watching live from the school there. So again, welcome to the viewers around the country and around Australia. As it sits inside the Wadeye's forward 50, just on the edge there. It's actually a forward 40 here at Gardens Oval, believe it or not. Umpire ready to throw it in. Ruckman for Banks. Matthew Lynch there. Gets it out. Warwick Fenner in there, ex-Wanderers player. James McNamee, Nichols medalist in there about. It's hot and heavy early on, and the Wadeye clear it out the back there through Nicholas Ariu, I think.
Really surprised here that James McNamee won the Nichols medal for the best and fairest in the Premier League, and he's running around in Division 1 and without a tag. Yeah,
well, he gets quite free out there, and I don't think they're showing him the kudos that he needs to as number 14, Nicholas Twelftree, as you mentioned, kicks it out wide to Razor. It's Raymond Scarlett, as they call him, Razor Ray. Kicks it out in the full. He'd be dirty on himself for that. And number 21, Daniel Ariu here on the wing just to take the kick in the inbounds for the Wadeye Magic to send it in for another attacking foray. McNamee, again, got room, got too much room as far as we're concerned. Punched down through for 12-3. Wolf's there. Here goes Alex Landry. Wolf, the assistant coach, and also did a bit of work with NT Thunder this year. Wolf out wide to Jake Hosking. Hosking looking for Grubb on the wing. Grubb, good strong hands, and he goes. Looking for Braden Battersby. Braden Battersby all on his own. Has time, needs to move it. Plenty of Gregory Nandu. Great punch and spoil. By Greg Warnier, actually, it is. Number 26 for the Banks. Locked it in there by Lee Stewart. Plenty of pressure in there. Plenty of Banks players. Here comes Salter. Salter! Oh, touched it over the line. He probably could have shepherded that through there, I think. In the end, he just spoiled his namesake in the Banks Football Club and just threw it for a rush behind.
Good desperate bit of footy there, but I'm still not sure about not picking up McNamee. He's going to pick up 45 touches today if he's not closely watched.
And a bad kicking, and Jake Hosking should line up from about 30 yards out and slot it home. Salter, good desperate footy on the boundary line and rush through behind yet again. Lee Stewart now to kick out. Kicks out to Gregory Warnier. I think there's a guy calling it out here on the wing, but I think he's a bit too far away, a bit exuberant from Alfred Mungi. Great hands. Not paid the mark by their number 13 in Bati Nambup. He got up, but just couldn't pull the mark down, TP.
Yeah, he was a bit stiff there. I reckon he did enough to claim that one.
Yeah, a bit stiff, but anyway, as long as they're consistent. The man they call the creature knocks it down. Hosking out to Bulldog. Get it out, Cates. Here's the man, the best and fairest from last year. Missed Salter there, and the full back just cleans up for the Wadeye Magic. Comes out wide, misses the target there. Wadeye Magic need to clean this up. Out through Barty Number up again. Out wide, looking for Lanchin, and rolls over inside the Banks Bulldogs forward 50. Umpire tosses it in. Ruck's still at it, and there it is. There's McNamee again. Razor Raymond Scarlett comes out, misses the ball. Crucial mistake against Wadeye Magic as they come out and running out of the half-back line. On the wing, good pressure there by... Oh, geez, lucky not to give away a free kick there, the Magic. He was all over him. And the umpire calls the ball up out on the attacking side of the Wadeye Magic's side of the ground. Fenner has forced to do the ruck work. Hot and contested footy in there. Again, Banks clear it and not far enough out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, both sides just trying to adjust to the tempo here. They're really testing each other out. It's going to be interesting to see how this one unfolds.
Yeah, well, the Banks are undefeated in Division 1, and so are the Magic in the first 3 games of their 10-game trial, and they are pressing for a Premier League spot. So they are looking for another win here today to continue to press for that Premier League spot in against all the big boys.
Absolutely. One thing about the Magic is they all look really healthy and fit, and look like they're really desperate to play. Heard fantastic reports during the week that all the school-age kids haven't missed a day for 4 or 5 weeks because of their commitment to the Magic. And James McNamee and Jock McLeod and Lee Stewart and Dom have all done a fantastic job laying the foundations for what's hopefully a successful venture.
As McNamee pressing inside the forward 50 for the Magic, and again not enough help from his counterparts there, and Banks just easily clear it out to number 12 in there, Ogilvy Mitchell, who goes along to Salter. Again, plenty of pressure on there, and Will Johnson just lagging behind, needs to get in closer. Cates, here he is again, plenty of pressure from the Magic. It's not going to be easy for the Banks today. And again, just an errant kick by the Bulldogs, and Wadeye Magic should easily clean up here in the back half of the ground. Looking for a switch, coming back inside to number 22, 21, Daniel Ariu, I think it is. Going out wide, Cates in front, holds his spot. Good tackle, good pressure. Great pressure from the Wadeye Magic out there on the far side. Looking inboard now through number 27, I think it's Tony Demu. And looking further afield, switching right across. Great clearing kick. Now it's opening up for the Magic. They need to move the ball quickly here. Lee Stewart has run hard. Needs to use him. Doesn't. Going forward, hard forward now through number 34, Alfred Mungi. He's in there, gets up on his feet. Doesn't take the ball with him and goes. Here he comes out wide to Lee Stewart. Good pressure there from Banks. Stewart knocks it forward. Hosking now, or Grubby, I think it was. Number 16 in Darren Raglis goes forward. Number 22 in Grubb. Ben Grubb this time. Again, kicks it to space and rushes through for a behind yet again.
Would have been a good goal, that one. A fantastic build-up by Banks. Really, really impressed with how they're structuring up here. Normally you'd think it'd be playing into the Magic's hands, giving them sort of a free kick in their back half, but they're just pressing in the centre of the ground and taking up their space, so their spread's not as effective.
And the Magic here are in a bit of trouble. Errant kick in, good pressure in there, great tackle. And as we see, I think it's Roger, as you mentioned before the game, Tavis, the 40-year-old, number 10 for the Wadeye Magic, just going forward. Tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, he's making his debut today, age 40, so fantastic. He's probably played 400 or 500 games down in the Wadeye Football League, and Yeah, gone through all the process to make sure he's available to play, and obviously been training really well and gets picked this week. So fantastic result.
Yeah, fantastic for football to see those guys committed to the cause and making themselves up for selection. On the outer side, I think it's Lanchin there. Earns a free kick for a push in the back. Up towards Warwick Fenner. Fenner gets up, puts his head over the ball. Great pressuring tackle. And out it comes through Jacob Grubb. Through to number 23 and Eric Klinke. Klinke kicks it long ball in through to full forward in Salter. And again, Wadeye Magic just coming back in numbers. Clear it out. Well, should clear. Great pressuring tackle there, but couldn't hold on. No one to go to. And great forward line pressure from the Banks Football Club. That's what they're renowned for, pressing in on the ball and just giving you no time to settle down and make a decision, and the Magic are finding that out the hard way today.
Yeah, absolutely. Banks got a good little run on here. They seem to be getting on top and definitely getting their game going. They've obviously spoken a lot during the week about closing up the space. Oh, that's a bad miss.
And a poster out in the full. I think it was Grubb there, Ben Grubb. Yeah, should have done better than that. And the Magic come out through Lee Stewart, takes it at the top of this 50, top of the square. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was a point because he played on behind the goal line.
Oh, okay.
So we just have to kick it in this one.
So he's played on over the goal line. The umpire's deemed it a point, so the Magic will have to reset here. Out of the back line. Oh, touch and go. Must have just caught the ball on the end. Buddy number up. Looks up towards McNamee there. He's got his work cut out for him here. Razor Ray could not take it. Oh, nearly kept in there by Roderick Smiler, but again, just falling over the line. Ogilvy Mitchell and Ray Scarlett there, just very mindful of McNamee on his own and coming over the top and spoiling hard. So it's Klinke in the ruck as he moves forward, out through Lanchin. Nice kick, moving it wide. And go, there's the infamous handball in front that we see the Indigenous guys use quite a lot. Kicking long inside towards Nandu. And he's given away a free kick. I think he just needs to get in front there, Tav.
Yeah, absolutely. It was actually set up for him, the quick long kick into space, and yeah, normally would have gobbled those ones up.
Razor Ray Scarlett now, off-pitch hat-trick. Kate's not far enough, says the umpire. The Magic players need to switch on here. Out he comes through, number 16 and Darren Raglis. And McNamee again, this is what he did last year. He won the Nichols medal in the Premier League for exactly that, zoning off across the half-back line and just amassing the possessions. And the Banks Football Club can't afford to just kick it forward like that, Tav.
No, he's too smart when he's got the ball. He just sets them up. And look, if they can nullify McNamee's influence, that's surely going to go a long way in ensuring they win the game. So I'm really, really surprised that they're just going to let him roam free across the half-back line, mopping up like he loves to do.
Push in the back there. Looks like Braden Battersby's got the job on Kintari, and I think he's got his work cut out for him early on in this game. The ball's coming in all ways and shapes and forms, and he's going to have his work cut out for him today. As Kintari lines up, not going to make the distance, and it's knocked over the line by 12 Tree.
Really interesting. The two top sides, they both moved the ball so well, yet no one's registered a goal, and there's only about 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter.
And it comes through Will Johnson to Razor Ray Scarlett, looking long towards the centre of the ground in Raglis. Good hands. They need to move it quickly now. Moving it on down towards... And then we have this number on the team sheet, so we're calling him number 26 at this stage. We'll have to get that rectified. Out through number 7 in Lewis Nandu. Looks to the middle. Alex Lanchin's got it. Tim Wolf goes back with the flight of the ball. Took his eyes off it. Lanchin was unlucky there. Ball bobbing around. Raglis comes out with it. Ball tips free. Oh, Wolf comes through over the top, and it's a free kick to Banks. Okay, down the field.
Yeah, didn't see that one. No, I didn't see that one, Hutch.
And the umpire's calling him back over the mark, so Timmy Wolf is going to give the Magic time.
Wolfie was definitely keen for that ball to be his, wasn't he? He was busting in the big fella.
Busting in. Timmy Wolf, the Wolfman.
He's sucking in the big ones, but he actually looks pretty fit, doesn't he, the Wolfman?
He does. And Scott with Ragless now. Outside 50, he's going to take a decent kick, or outside 40. Sets it up. McNamee comes across with a big punch and cleans up now. Gets the handball off. And this is made for McNamee here. Running out of the back line. Got a mountain of space to work in, that Magic, as they move it through. And the pace. Here it is. The Magic's moving through the outer side. And here it is. Roger! Oh, the big fella. Drops it. And out they come through. The Banks rebounding the ball through Shane Leork. Coming to Ogilvy Mitchell now. Ogilvy Mitchell got a paddock. Got to do better than that. Anyway, kicks it up towards that number 26. Shane Grubb it is. And Lee Stewart for the Magic clears it up here. Gregory Nandu now. Nice chip kick towards Lewis Nandu. Kicking it long towards up the wing. Fast play. Out they go to Roderick Smiler. He's got a pace on him. Razor Scarlett. Great pressure there. Out on the full by number 5 there from the Magic. Murphy Longmare. Just a toe poke and just knocks it out in the full. Bit unlucky, and Ogilvy Mitchell take the inbounds kick.
Yeah, I reckon the Banks defenders will be breathing a sigh of relief there. There's been a couple of times where the Magic have had the ball exactly in the situation where they want, streaming across the wings, open forward line. And, the last 3 weeks they'd be hitting their forwards up, lace out, and just so far this quarter, the Banks pressure has been fantastic.
Klenke and Warnier up in the ruck. Klenke wins it out. Out to number 11, Jake Hosking, but McNamee cleans up again and hits the target. Bouncing forward for the likes of Grubb, who kicks it out wide to Anthony Davis, who's running across the half-forward wing. Centres the ball inbounds towards Jake Hosking. Good pressure, great tackling from the Wadeye Magic. Grubb it's now comes down with it and swinging ball and across the face and through for it behind.
Is the wind a factor at all out there, Hutch?
Yeah, definitely TP. It's moving towards the right of screen. It's definitely the scoring in here at Gardens Oval. Week in, week out, you get the onshore sea breezes coming through and definitely favouring to the right of screen. So, yeah, definitely scoring in down that end of the ground.
Yeah, I just reckon the Banks have wasted a few pretty good opportunities here. They probably could have had 3 or 4 goals on the board.
Definitely, and I think they're going to rue their chances as we wind down the clock. Not long to go. McNamee knows it. There's no time on in Division 1. And that's the end of the first quarter. Wadeye Magic, 2 points to Banks, 4 points. No goals as yet, TP. And, yeah, she's definitely an arm wrestle early on.
Oh, absolutely. Been really impressed with number 21 for Wadeye, Daniel Ariu. He's got a lot of the ball out the wing, very creative. Lee Stewart's had a mountain of the ball in the back line, but that's more because he's been left on his own to run back and get it. And obviously James McNamee's just a class act and had a lot of the ball. Big shout out to his father Stan, who's no doubt watching in Denali, and his brother Daniel, who's out at Tiwi.
Yeah, and also, again, just a big shout out to the guys out at Port Keats who are watching. We know you are watching and cheering on your boys in there, and it's fantastic to see you all guys all getting in behind this. We'll be back in about 5 minutes' time for the second quarter of the Wadeye Magic v the Banks Bulldogs in Division 1 of NTFL action. Welcome back to Gardens Oval for the second quarter of Division 1 action between the Banks Football Club and the Wadeye Magic. And TP, how have you seen the first quarter shape up between these two sides?
Yeah, I actually reckon Banks probably looked better for the majority of that quarter. I think they probably wasted a few golden opportunities to put a lot of scoreboard pressure on Wadeye Magic, which I think will be a key to the outcome. So it'll be interesting to see how Wadeye fare with the wind.
As the Banks go out through number 3, Sean Fitzpatrick, early on in the game, this second quarter, moving forward through Jake Hosking, unable to take the mark. The Magic rebounding the ball. Hosking in and amongst it, number 22, Grubb. Unable, comes through the forward line. Got to bend down to pick up the ball there. Be dirty on himself, and the Magic come out through Lee Stewart out on the outer side. Nice chip kick to Gregory Nandu. Kicking it long, kicking it to grass, using his pace is here on the wing, number 7 in Lewis Nandu. Looking inside. Oh, saw a body there, was Greg Warnier. Coming out, should put it through, and fading through for a behind.
Yeah, he made a middle of that one, the big fella. He should have given the first option, which was the handball over to the top. Would have seen his teammate running into an open goal.
Out through, looking for Ray Scarlett. Bending over the ball, taps it to his mate in, I think it's Davis there. Lee Stewart, great punch and spoil, and nice spot up kick through to Lewis Nandu.
How good's Lee Stewart been early? He's just mopping up through the back line, lacing up.
Plenty of time in the gym out in Wadaye, I think, for Lee Stewart.
Up the big fella, doesn't he?
Kintari.
Looks a bit like Paul Chapman, doesn't he?
Yes, definitely looks like young Chappie. And Kintari just got edged under the ball there by Battersby, and early on in that tussle I think Battersby's got the measure of Kintari at the moment. As the ball's thrown in, looking out through number 6 in Shane Leork, and Klinky takes the mark on the chest in front of Stewart. And McNamee again just zoning off here.
Been impressed with number 6 for Banks, Shane Leork early. Hutch attacks the ball hard, uses it well. Got a real presence about him.
Yes, it does have a presence, and he's given away a free kick for a high shoulder charge on Sean Fitzpatrick there, who looks high and long out towards the wing. He's got a sin under it here in Dylan Bantic. Takes the chest mark. Hits up that unknown player of ours, and we'll try and chase that name for you as soon as we can. Looking for Salter. Uses his strength, and Bantic again follows up the kick on the left. Inside, and McNamee, bit too slick. McNamee mops it up and just runs it out of the back line as he normally does. Not as easily as he usually does, but anyway, kicks with the left foot to Fenner. Warwick Fenner looks into the centre. Good hands there by the ruckman in, I think it was number 11, Eric Kintari. Alex Lanchin out wide, looking for McNamee, who's kicking long into attack for the Wadeye Magic.
Well, he hasn't wasted a disposal anyway, like we said, McNamee. Just reckon Banks have got to tighten up a little bit here. Magic's just starting to get a bit of roll on, a bit of confidence. If they kick a couple of quick ones here, floodgates could open.
Yeah, could open, and the Magic have definitely got the legs on them, and it's hot out there. I've just played the game before this one, and it is hot. So at 2 o'clock, I reckon they'll be even hotter out here today.
Yeah, it was actually predicted for 39 today, which is very unusual for this time of year, or for Darwin in general.
39. It's too hot for footy. But anyway, it's top-end footy, and that's the way we like it. Umpires throwing it in on the outer side in the Banks, in the Wadeye Magic attacking half. Klinky takes the ball cleanly out of the ruck. Handballs along to his counterpart in the centre. Can get forward. McNamee gets the handball off, looking for Stewart. Stewart on his back, tackling backwards there it was. And there it is in Fitzpatrick. Just taking too long, trying to do a bit too much, and gets done for holding the ball. Magic in, kicking the ball in long and hard, looking for Kintari, and just all outnumbered there, and 12-3 mops it up and runs it out of the back line. Looking for Razor Raymond Scarlett. Oh, drops the chest mark, which he probably should have taken. Out comes Shane Leork. Good running there from the Banks Football Club. Kicking it long into the forward line. Jacob Grubb looking for Salter again and again. An errant kick, and it's a bit hard for a big unit like Salter to chase out of the back line like that.
Yeah, it's an amazingly open forward line. Both sides have got it.
And Grubb kicks it over the top.
Incredible that neither side's kicked a goal yet.
And just sticks it in. Oh.
That is a howler. That's a howler right there.
That is definitely a howler, as you would call it, by Gary Ariu, and it's going to give the Banks a chance to slot one through into the wind and against the flow of play, it would seem.
You going to back the big fella from here?
I'll back him in, TP. I'll give him his dues. If he aims it to the left goal post, he should be right. And yes, I've put the Mosses on him.
I'm one up early.
As the Magic now looking to clear the ball through Fenner, who takes it just inside the top of the 45, we could say, here at Gardens Oval. Looking out to the wing. He was looking for Alex Lanchin. The kick didn't have enough legs on it and it's fallen short. Salter Macchio, Johnson in front of Salter. I think he just impeded his run there and should have just let him take the ball. Anyway, McNamee comes out with it, bombs it long to the centre of the ground. Oh, he's got to take the ball in that situation. Lanchin, good tackle. Lewis Nandua was there, and Razor Ray clears the ball out to Wolf. Shane Leork running off Wolf. Got to use him here. Looks inboard to number 13, Richard Baldock. Sweeps the left foot kick out to Salter. Again, somebody in front of him all the time. Salter not getting the usual space he likes. As Smiler kicks it out and switches out to the outer side.
Yeah, neither side can penetrate going forward here. They're moving it to their forward 50 line and then just having trouble with that next kick going forward.
And the Magic, I think it's to Alex Lanchin, who spent a bit of time down in Bright. He kicks the ball forward, looking for on the outer side. And, here's a chance here for number 34, I think it is, Alfred Mungi. I hope I pronounced that correctly for you guys out at Port Keats, lining up for the first goal of the game. Uses the wind.
Oh, that is a cracking kick. That is a magnificent goal.
Breaks the drought with a kick from the boundary line, uses the wind superbly. Just set it up, uses the wind, let it bring it back, and slots it through for the first goal of the game. And Wadeye Magic can take the early minor ascendancy, you would say, with a 4-point lead midway through this second quarter.
Yeah, Banks had a lot of energy early in that first quarter, but now they just look like they've slowed down a cog, and they want to tighten up here. I think Magic could get a couple of goals really quickly. If they get their tails up, they'll be hard to stop, no doubt.
Yes, confidence is a great thing in football, TP. As Tim Wolf gets it out to Leork, who's had a mountain of footy in this second quarter. Out through Darren Raglis, who kicks it forward to no one in particular, and the Magic should come and clear out easily with their pace and skill. Kicking long, and again to no one in particular, but here's that man, I think it's Mungi. Here he is, the man that's broken the drought. 12-3, clears it up. Great tackling, Alex Lanchin. Johnson, plenty of pressure from the Magic, and they're all up and about.
The intensity's picked up a cog here from the Magic. They can taste blood here, I reckon.
Yeah, the intensity's coming, the tackling pressure, and they're just moving the ball with a bit of pace. And I think the Banks Bulldogs have realised that they've just got to maybe step themselves up again here if they're going to push for a win this afternoon. Fenner, I think he was lucky to get a free kick there, but anyway.
Look at the spread from the Magic here. They've got the Bulldogs covered at the moment. It's a few loose men in the forward 50 line. If they can spot someone up.
Yeah, Lanchin was free for a bit, but Fenner looks in to McNamee, who was surrounded by the Bulldogs players there. Alex Lanchin, great tackle out through number 15, Anthony Davis. Out through number 18, Matthew Lynch, but again to nobody. The Magic should clear here, back inside and send it back in. Put the Banks Bulldogs backline under pressure again. Into Gregory Nandu. into Gary Ariu. Kicks it long and high. Just going to cut their work out for him. And again, out through Anthony Davis to, again, nobody in particular. And the Magic uses a bit of magic to get off the boundary line there, and again, turns the ball over.
The party tricks are just starting to come out, aren't they, from the Magic? They're just starting to get their tails up here. They're starting to get around the Banks press a lot easier than what they were. And if they can just get a couple of goals here, they are well on their way.
I think once the sting gets out of the game, it'll suit the Magic because they'll be able to use their running play and actually run the Banks Bulldogs off their legs rather than actually having to go toe-to-toe with them physically. Lewis Nandu gets it in to Leon Kintari. Oh, bad luck. Falls to the ground. And I think it was number 20, Desmond Mulligan, who roved there but just couldn't snag a goal.
So both teams actually wasting a few opportunities going forward. The Banks in the first quarter blew some good opportunities, and now Wadeye doing the same.
Bulldogs again.
Jesus,
Players
so
overlap.
much space.
So much space
This
here.
guy's got 60 metres.
I think it should be Grubb. I think it is on the outer side. Should go back.
He could have ran in another 35 metres then, Hutch.
He could have. He could have ran into the open mouth, even just a handball over to Salter and given the easy goal. But again, Jacob Grubb should have slotted that goal. Basic football, just got a bit more composure, I think it is what we call it, and didn't have it, and again kicked it behind. And
yeah, and saying that, when you play sides like this in the Tiwi Bombers that are always on you when you've got the ball, sometimes it hurries you up when you've got it.
It's called that perceived pressure. I think it's up here in the territory. Perceived pressure, especially those quick sides out through Alex Lantern, and the Magic have got players everywhere, and it's Roger.
Oh no!
The
What's Roger the
40-year-old.
Dodger done?
What has he done? Roger, the 40-year-old, I think he had a bit of a brain fade there. He probably could have gone back and kicked the goal, but again, he should have taken the mark, gone back.
Well, they're even
the
now. They've both missed absolute sodas, both sides.
Absolute sodas, but anyway, back into the game. Deep inside the Wadeye Magic forward 50. So the Rucks go at it. I think there's more than one ruckman in there jostling for position as Will Johnson comes out and pressure and nurses it over the line. As the umpire bends it back inside to play, and it's fallen short and sort of dumbfounded everybody in there. The Magic off the ground. And a bit of magic there is what's needed.
Oh, there's a first party trick.
There we go. I think it was Murphy Longman. I think that's our epic moments play of the day thus far, with a kick off the ground. Everyone was just a bit dumbfounded. The ball had fallen short from the throw in, and everyone was a bit flat-footed, and lo and behold, our player, I think it was Murphy Longmare, pounced on it and kicked through for a goal.
Yeah, I was just about to say that I thought there was way too many Magic players in the forward 50 for that stoppage, and they needed to open up a bit more for space, but he didn't need much space.
Yeah. Lo and behold, the Magic shoot out to the biggest lead of the game thus far. 2-3-15 to 6 points to the Banks Bulldogs, who have been very wasteful inside the forward 50. And Wadeye come out again through number 15 it is. And again, another one we don't have a number for, but we'll chase that one up for you. Moving inside their forward 50. Plenty of pressure. Banks Bulldogs need to clear it here. The Wadeye Magic might get another one early on.
Oh, that was a great shepherd.
And chest, should be a chest mark here. And is that our man Leon? Looks like the Leon Kintari there, number 2.
Well, we called it a while ago that if the Magic got their tails up, they were a chance to open the floodgates and kick a few in a hurry, and that's so far looks like that's what they're going to do. It was great play from Ray Scarlett there for the Banks, number 9, cutting across. But then just the Magic have just lifted their work rate and intensity around the ball. They're getting around blokes a lot easier. Space is opening up for them, and it's playing into their hands. Banks have really got to go back to that really tight structure that they went to before and try and minimise their space.
Yeah, I think the press isn't working here for the Banks. I think that they've used the press in previous games, and we were subject to it last week when I played against them. And I don't think the press is going to work with them today, especially if Wadeye can get it over the top and use their leg speed to break it open.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, like I said in the first quarter, I was really impressed with the way they structured up, and looks like they've been coached really well. But if you don't make the most of the opportunities going forward, it counts for naught, you know. Realistically, they probably should be 4 or 5 goals to 3, and instead they're going to be 4 goals down to 6 points.
And Alex Lanchin gets the break from the 50 and kicks it in long to number 29, number 30. Who have we got in there? Can't remember can't see who it is. Those
the
numbers
Banks have just lost their composure here a little bit. Obviously, they haven't been challenged a lot over the last couple of years, and they would have been looking for a really big game today to stake their claim as the top side in Division 1. And they're 4 goals behind after having most of the play, and they've just got a little bit undisciplined, a little bit flustered, and it's something they're obviously not accustomed to, being in this situation so early in the game.
Yeah, well, they've had the wood over a lot of the teams thus far. They've played, obviously, Wanderers, who were the last year's preliminary finalists, and Waratah. They've given everyone a bit of a touch-up this year, but I think they've met their match today in the Wadeye Magic, who move out to 4-3-27 to 6 points, taking out a lead of 21 points. Oh, Aaron Handball gets cut off by Hosking, who kicks it into the safety of their forward line, or forward half, I should say, and over the boundary line, and the umpire will toss it in just outside their forward 50.
No, it's only early in this game, Hutch, but what are your thoughts about Wadeye, if they do go through and beat Banks, having a crack in the Premier League next year?
I think if they can definitely win, they've got to win the 10 games. If they lose a game, I think it's they need to probably earn their stripes in Division 1 again next year and play a full season. That's not discounting the fact that they might have the opportunity to do that with a few other players and to come into the lineup. So it's all in development. I think if they can prove themselves by winning their 10 games, it's going to go a long way to pressing their claim for that Premier League spot. But yeah, they've got a long way to go. 6 more games yet, and today's game, TP.
Oh, yeah, I'm not counting out the Banks, no doubt, but keen to hear your thoughts. Their skill level and speed around the contest is obviously, in my opinion, up to Premier League standard.
Yeah, oh, definitely. The skill level is, and obviously a lot of the showy sort of stuff is, you do see it in a bit of a Tiwi bomberish about them, but again, it's going to be something that they'll need to learn a bit more of the nuts and bolts about Premier League football, and also probably their weight and being pushed around a bit is probably going to be the thing that's going to be the thing that they're going to have to probably change and rectify in order to...
Geez, I was lucky not to be a 52.
And Desmond Malongine, that was the one that kicked the goal before. Desmond kicks it in long to McNamee in the forward line in front. Cates needs to get more of the ball. He's a bit of the general down there. 12-3, getting it up and under, getting it out of trouble, out through Sean Fitzpatrick, who takes them. Should have been paid a mark, I thought, but anyway, not enough support out on the outer side, and the Wadeye Magic lock it in there, trying to lock it inside their 450 to keep the pressure on. Out it comes. Tim Wolf tackled strongly by Lee Stewart. Wadeye Magic kicking off the ground. And I think that's probably one thing in community football a lot. It happens a lot of tapping, a lot of kicking off the ground, and I think that's one thing that probably a part of the game they're going to need to work on if they're going to make it into the Premier League, is getting their heads and backs over the ball and picking the thing up. They can't just continue with tapping the ball along. I think it's going to be the hard thing that they're going to have to grasp. As the Banks Football Club go forward and kick their first goal through, I think it's Jake Hosking, number 11. Again,
minute 10 to go in the quarter. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Banks, and it'll be interesting here. They'll have the wind in the third quarter. It'll be interesting to see if they can capitalise and get back into this game.
Yeah, obviously, I think Lee Stewart was marking him there, and it was a bit loose. He was putting a lot of the tackling that he did further up the field probably taxed him a little bit on his body, and couldn't run with Hosking, and ended up running the length of the field and slotting through a nice goal at post height.
Ray Scarlett again being shifted into the ruck, number 9 for the Bullies.
I think they're looking for a little bit of mobility and a little bit more outer Razor there, putting him into the ruck. He's a world of talent. He's probably one of those blokes, if he was fit enough, that he would play fit and healthy. He's very pushed for A-grade selection if there was an A-grade team. But I think he's happy playing at the Banks, but I think he's definitely a Premier League.
Hard enough there, could have filled in the hole for sure and cut off that lead. And this will really hurt the Banks if he drills this on the half-time siren.
Wadeye. Now I think there's plenty of support in the bottom pockets.
Gee, they've finished well, Hutch, haven't they? Look, when they've had their opportunities, particularly from set shots, they have capitalised.
I think, finishing well and taking the most of the opportunities. Banks Bulldogs 1-6-12, very wasteful, and again, the Wadeye Magic making the most of the breeze in that quarter. 5-3-33 with that goal on the siren. We'll be back in the second half to see Banks see if they can come back against the Wadeye Magic of round 4 of TIO NTFL action. to Gardens Oval for the second half of the NTFL season. Second half of the Division 1 game between the Wadeye Magic and the Banks Bulldogs. The Wadeye Magic in the fourth game of their 10-game trial lead 34-12, and the Banks Football Club TP have got a lot to do in this second half.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a relatively even first half. Really, it was just more that Wadeye capitalised on their forward entries, and the Bulldogs have certainly come out with great intensity to start this second half. I reckon the wind's picked up too, Hutch. I reckon it might be a 3-goal win now going to the right of screen.
Yeah, definitely the wind has picked up, but again, the Banks Bulldogs are definitely wasting their opportunities going forward and using this wind. Just to answer a couple of your questions online, guys, we are only broadcasting this game today, just as a special broadcast for those guys out in Port Keats who don't get the opportunity to watch their beloved Magic. So again, big shout out to all those people who are watching in Port Keats today and around Australia. As the Wadeye Magic again throw their bodies in, and Cates, the reigning best and fairest in Division 1 competition, throws it out wide to the man they call Barra in Will Johnson, and it comes over the boundary line. I think the intensity's definitely picked up another cog in this second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Banks will want to hit back hard here. They'll be stung by the fact that they're down by 4 goals to the Magic. Cates is an interesting one, isn't he? He's definitely, his work rate's fantastic. Probably needs to get into a little bit more around the contested ball.
Cates goes long, looks inboard, and again McNamee looking to clean up, doing what he does best. And again, Wolf just tracks his hips and locks him down and gets him done holding the ball.
Yeah, the Wolfman's had a good physical presence today. He's tackled well, harassed, hit the ball hard. Actually uses it all right generally too.
Smiler gets in, cuts off the ball from Salter. Again, I think the Wolfman should have gone to the top of the square. And there it is. A fantastic mark from Liam Ogilvie Mitchell. And I think this will be the perfect start for the Banks Football Club in this second half to get back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't been very good in front of the sticks, so we won't mark it down just yet, but certainly add a lot of spice to the game if he nails this one early.
As Ogilvie Mitchell lines up and sprays it. Sure, it's something that he probably should have put through. Anyway, one that got away yet again for the Banks Bulldogs.
Yeah, the scoreline just hasn't been a real indication of the closeness of the contest. I don't reckon. Probably only the last 5 or 10 minutes of that second quarter where Magic got on top. Banks has pretty much been in control with their ball movement and structures and hardness at the ball. And
again, an errant kick coming out of the back half from the Wadeye Magic. Hits the chest of the assistant coach for the Banks Bulldogs in Timmy Wolf, who should line up. And again, an early goal here will get them up and again and get their confidence going for the Banks.
He's a bit of a metro man, Timmy Wolf, isn't he? He's had the hair done nice. He knew the cameras are going to be on him, and he's had the legs shaved and everything. He's looking pretty sharp as he nails that one, Hutch.
And I tell you what, the looks match the kick. It is a beautiful, slow-bearing kick through to the goals. And again, the Banks Bulldogs take first blood in this second half in 2-7-19 to the Wadeye Magic 5-4-34.
Yeah, and it's the Bulldogs that have come out barking early in this second half. They really are taking the ball with a lot of vigour. And probably similar to the first 10 minutes of the game, really, where Magic just couldn't quite get on a roll, and they were under pressure with their kicks, and the Bulldogs are turning it over again.
And again, out it comes through. Klinke pressuring McNamee, who gets it off the ground and wobbles over the line. Closely followed and marked by Cates, who I think is a key for the Banks Bulldogs if they're going to get back into this game. He needs to get a lot more of the ball. As the umpire bends his back and throws it in, Klinke knocks it hard forward. Wolf gets it forward again to Fitzpatrick. Doesn't hit the target with the handball. Fenner, eye over the ball. There's that man, Ogilvie Mitchell, who's gone forward early. And Cates, there's the man, as called before, and Cates ducks and weaves through the traffic and slots through another fantastic goal, and the Banks Bulldogs are up and about 3-7-25 to the Wadeye Magic 5-4-34.
And the Doggies have opened their little bag of tricks here. Hutch, a beautiful goal from Woofy, and then Cates, who we've spoken about. They've put him on a wing here. I like that move. I think he was getting a bit hammered in close, giving a bit more space to work out on a wing.
Cates he's got a big engine, so I was never worried about him. He's got a fantastic engine, and again, he's another one of those players in the Division 1 competition that could take that next step to play Premier League if they so wish.
Yeah, and Lewis Nandu will just have to tighten up here, number 7 for Wadeye on him. He's obviously a class player, Cates, and yeah, all of a sudden the momentum of the game's completely swung 180.
As the umpire makes sure everything is set on the near circle, getting it out of the muddy centre, throws it up. Klinky and the ruckman from Wadeye Magic, Mark Palmbach, do battle. Lewis Nandu on the left foot, gets it forward. Gets it forward and looking for Lawrence Warnier, and again, just a clearing punch there from, I think it was Raglis, over the boundary line. As the umpire looks to resume play.
Geez, there's a lot more numbers for the Banks around this stoppage.
No one to match Klinky in the ruck there, and Palmbach should have went to him.
They're away there, the Dogs. They had so many more numbers around that contest.
They had numbers around that stoppage, and they couldn't pay off.
Probably a touch unlucky, but he should have done better there.
Should have. McNamee to Palmbach. Got to look for Kintari now. He's got plenty of space in front of him. They just got to sit the ball out in front of him. And again, just Wadeye Magic just spoiling each other. Lewis Nandu and I think it was Lawrence Warnier there. Just got in each other's way. We just need to settle down and head back and sort of protect each other and a bit more talk and voice.
Yeah, Banks will be loving this stop-start style of play. Getting the chance to... Oh, that's a terrible throw-in. Another howler, Hutch.
Another howler by the umpire there.
Now, the Banks will love this, slowing it down and getting their breath back, being able to set up around the stoppages. Look, if you look at the setup again, they've got way more numbers around this stoppage. Set it up really well defensively. They're really well coached, this mob.
Definitely well coached by the man in Lincoln Jenkin, who's been at the helm for a number of years now. Will Johnson it is now. Off to Klinky, the man they call Creature. Gets it long into Salter. Fitzpatrick gets the handball over top to the grub, and Ogilvy Mitchell should slot it. Made the umpire work and puts it through.
That was really good, unselfish team football there. Wasn't just a fantastic build-up. Like we said, they've been setting up defensively, so giving their forwards plenty of space, and then their work rate, they just ran Magic off their legs there, which has been a complete turnaround from the last 10 minutes of the second quarter.
The Banks Bulldogs just hitting back here and again using the breeze, as it has definitely picked up here as all my team sheets are getting flailed around. Definitely the Wadeye Magic are going to have to hold the fort down there for the next few minutes just to stem the flow. A couple of goals against the breeze will be absolutely gold here if the Magic can to rustle them up for themselves.
And this is when we're talking about their chances of going into the Premier League. This is probably the biggest test here for the Wadeye Magic, is how do they respond when the Banks are giving it right up to them. They had a 4-goal lead at half time. We're only 8 minutes into this quarter, and Banks are hit back hard. This next 10 minutes is crucial to the outcome of this game, you know.
Yeah. And a fantastic clearance from Klinky down to Bullock, and just a spearing pass into Salter.
None of the Wadeye midfield have moved further than 10 metres from the
centre circle.
Yeah.
So, again, if you're not willing to run and push with the ball, you're not going to win the contest. And I think
all of a sudden, Banks have got their tails up, but again, just a little bit of wayward kicking.
And kicks to himself.
Could come back to hurt him.
McNamee slips through the fingers on it. The ball must be getting sweaty. Smiler tried to do a bit of a shake and bake on the boundary there, and again,
shake and bake, baby.
Shake and bake, just couldn't get it through, and umpire spots him up as being out of bounds, and we'll restart play.
Just quietly, I don't reckon anyone would have chased him from behind there, Hutch. He was away.
Here comes Greg Renandu, does a bit of a blind turn, gets through traffic. Alex Lanchin, a little bit of an outside of the boot. Fantastic play of football. Whoa, fantastic hit. Gets his head over the ball, fantastic. Good desperation there by the young fella in number 21, Daniel Ariu.
Up a bit here.
And again, wasting the ball going forward, needs to spot up a kick. And the Banks recharge. Look, they've got plenty of players up forward, and Ogilvy Mitchell again on his own, plenty of space.
Good
Daniel
chop off there
Ariu.
by Alistair Lanchin.
How was that little bit of an outside of a dinky kick there from Lanchin? I tell you what, he's got the goods, this young fella, and I think if they are to play in Premier League, he's going to feature a lot part of it. Out it comes to Smiler. He's away. Outside, just a dinky little left foot kick out to Lewis Nandu. Back, going back to Smiler. Needs to be going back with coverage.
Oh, Roger.
No, not Roger there. That's Lewis Lawrence Warnier. And again, errant kick by Smiler. Roger's number 10 TP. Back through Ogilvy Mitchell, who has been very active in this early on in the second half, providing a key target for the Banks. A long, swooping left foot kick. McNamee now got somebody on him. He has to work for it. Comes through the pack. Fitzpatrick dodges and weaves. Should goal. Fantastic goal. And again, I think Banks have just manned up on McNamee and making him accountable, and it's going one-on-one football across the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the Magic have got the ball on their back flank a couple of times, and they normally love that situation. They run, carry the ball, link up. But the Bulldogs are just setting up so well and not allowing them that time and space that they love. Then they're burning them on the rebound. And really, this is the football they could have been playing in the first quarter, the Dogs, and could have had 4 or 5 goals instead of 4 or 5 points, and they'd be up by 6 or 7. As it stands now, it's going to be interesting to see if the Magic can respond. I said just put Lee Stewart on the ball here, and he's just setting up really defensively, trying to pick off a Bulldogs player.
Eric Kintari takes the field down of the back line, and the Banks Bulldogs go forwards again through to Salter, who has been active in this quarter, and the big Salter blazes away, and McNamee will recharge from the out-of-bounds kick.
Yeah, there's a lot of tackles not sticking at the moment, isn't there, for the Magic?
Yeah, the Magic, their tackling pressure was good early on, but I think the Banks, when stepping it up, have put it to the Magic. And again, good contest on the far side from Palmbach. Comes down, and there it is. Leon Kintari unable to take the mark. Picks it up, swoops on the ball. Somebody's got to help him here. Provide him with an option. Oh, he's taken a mark.
He's paid it.
He's paid a mark. I think it was very fortunate. But anyway, it has been paid the mark. And I'm just trying to...
That's for the love of footy, that paid
love of the mark. And
that is very, very, very fortunate, I reckon.
I think, and I'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Barty Numbera. I think.
And he's put it through.
Bit of a hanger.
Big steadier there for Wadeye.
Big steady, and I think Wadeye Magic just needed that one.
Yeah, if they can just hold him for the rest of this quarter, there's only 7 minutes to go. If they can go in a couple of points or a goal up, puts them in a great position for this last quarter, because they'll have a 3-goal breeze to come home with.
Definitely a 3-goal breeze, and I think, like you say, if they can hold them out for this last few minutes and going 6-4, 40, 5-8, 38, just taking a narrow 2-point margin as Alfred Mungi moves into the ruck now.
And Cates has come back on. He's gone to the far wing here. Hutch?
I think he's too far away from the action now. I think he needs to get in amongst the play rather than being out there on the wing and hiding. Will Johnson takes a nice test mark. The man they call Barra. Don't know whether it's for his fishing prowess or not, but anyway. Barra, long kick. McNamee sets himself. Stewart punches out wide. Cates had plenty more time than he thought there, and there probably should have been more talk from his Banks counterparts. And like I said before, I think Cates needs to be on this side to be close to those centre bounces to get his hands on the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed with that one, but geez, he's starting to get a lot of the ball in this third quarter. He's obviously kicked that really nice goal that got him going, and he's an important player. And look, no one's on him at this stoppage in their forward line.
Diggins and Stewart do battle in the ruck in the forward 50. Oh, tricky kick across the face of goal. McNamee strong and kicks it out through Lanchin and Nandu on the outer side. Should shepherd and pace here from Alex Lanchin. Should have a run, should have another bounce. Anyway, goes forward, kicks to no one again, and I think it is number 15, Anthony Davis. Rebounds the ball to the number 26 in Andrew Diggins, who pumps it long into Salter Macchia. Salter pushes him under the ball and
Just
through
needed
for a
to
rush
keep
behind.
his feet there, didn't he? Would have had the one over the top.
Ooh, errant kick. Lewis Nandu's got his work cut out for him, but there's plenty of numbers here for the Wadeye Magic.
Yeah, I reckon they'd actually prefer that kick rather than one that sits up.
Oh, definitely helps them run and
Kick
keeps
into
it running
grass,
play.
keep it low, let them use their foot speed. Set for a crackerjack final quarter here, Hutch.
Can't believe you're leaving, mate. Anyway, up through to Ogilvy Mitchell, who has been very active in this third quarter. Pumps it in, looking for, I can't see his number in there. Is it number 10 in Grubb? I think it is Jacob Grubb, yes. Wolfman slips over. McNamee comes out, and Lanchin is away. Can run the ad. Uses his pace and speed. Should finish now.
He's going
Finish,
away,
son.
the big
Finish. Finish.
Oh, he brought the house down.
What a goal. That's our epic moments play of the day. Epic moments, hot shot from young Alex
It was
Lanchin.
bound to happen at some stage.
Tell you what, he got on his hot tail and
3 or 4
just
of those
ran.
a week, the boys.
The young fella has got the goods.
Yeah, and he never looked like getting a finger laid on him there, but a fantastic finish after probably a 50 or 60 metre all-out sprint straight through the big sticks.
And our player of the day comes to you courtesy of Epic Moments, the official photographer of AFL Northern Territory. Head to epicmoments.com.au for all your NTFL photos.
Just interesting, I just noticed before, Hutch, Wolf and Cates were off the ground at the same time for the Dogs. I find that really intriguing considering they were their 2 main playmakers at the start of that third quarter.
Yeah, definitely.
They've actually lost momentum.
Lost momentum there with Wolf and Cates off the ground, 2 of their big playmakers as the Wadeye Magic move forward. Oh, throws the boot at it. Wolfman needs to get rid of it. Out comes Raising Ray. Razor kicks it long and wide out in the full.
Hey, what, he's got a hoof on him, doesn't he?
He does have a massive hoof on him. And
in relation to Matty, is he?
Matt Scarlett? I don't think so. Nice pick up there, TP. And it's Rod Smiler looking to restart play on the inbounds kick. Back into the centre. Nice pass through to number 12 in Gary Ariu. Bad kick, and Fitzpatrick, Sean Fitzpatrick, again, another one's been active in this third quarter for the Banks. Kicks it long into Grubb. No one down for Banks, who's there, and the umpire has paid advantage and Grubb should have done better. Well,
it's a couple, hasn't he, Grubb?
It has missed a couple, and must a couple of sodas, you could say, and I'd say you'd mark that one down as another soda. It's something that's the bread and butter of most footballers these days. But again, those sorts of opportunities, Banks are going to rue with kicking 5-10 now, 40 to Wadeye Magic 7-4-46.
Yeah, McNamee to kick it back in here. His work rate was fantastic there. He made the initial contest on the wing and then pushed deep into the fence to help out his defenders.
McNamee lucky to get out of trouble there, but again, his cool head under pressure.
That was just experience.
Oh, they're going to chase here. Banks, good pressure from the young fellas, and very lucky to get a. Oh, he's paid deliberate. That is a bit tough, but anyway.
Would have been an even upper there, I reckon.
Oh, a bit of even upper, but anyway. Banks sending it back in long. Wolfman!
Oh, the Metro Man. He'll do his hair here before he kicks this one.
I'll get stuck into him after the game about that hair. But anyway, the Wolfman lining up for another.
I've been really impressed with his third quarter, though. He's really reinvigorated the Dogs, and he's almost single-handedly got them back in this game.
Definitely his work rate is second to none, and going back and slots the goal.
That's his second goal this quarter.
Second goal this quarter from the Wolfman. And I think that's a crucial goal. That'll send us into three-quarter time as the clock winds down.
1 point the difference going into the last quarter.
And the Wadeye Magic with the breeze, TP, I think is going to be tough for the Bulldogs to hold them out. But
yeah, I think they'll be in the box seat. The Bulldogs have been so good this quarter, really. They obviously hurt their pride that they were down at half-time, and they've come out and responded accordingly. But Yeah, you just have Wadeye slightly in front at this stage.
As Desmond Monging takes the field for the last 5 seconds of the quarter. Probably not worth it, but anyway, as the umpire tosses it up, Alfred Mungi doesn't even get to jump at it. Thanks, TP. Thanks for your time, buddy, and I'll be doing the last quarter on my own, ladies and gentlemen, so I apologise in advance.
It doesn't matter, mate. You're going to sack me when Kevin the Superman Bruce was back in town anyway.
No worries, TP. You enjoy your footy this afternoon, and good luck when you take on the Wanderers in your next game back with Palmerston.
No, thanks, Hutch. Appreciate it. It's been a fantastic game, and it's a fantastic initiative getting this event televised on the TV.
No worries, mate. Wadeye 7-4-46, Banks 6-10-45. We'll see you for the final quarter of the game between the Banks Bulldogs and Wadeye Magic. Welcome back to Gardens Oval, where the Wadeye Magic and the Banks Bulldogs are locked head-to-head at 46 apiece as Banks get the first kick out of the centre, looking for Salter. Salter gets the handball out, coming down, falling to ground. Salter picks it up, scoops it up, and falling short into the breeze. Wadeye Magic cleaning up through Gregory Nandu, kicking it long ball, looking for Lewis Nandu. Uses his pace. Ball, very lucky. Oh yes, got him. Alfred Mongi got caught in two minds there, and Sean Fitzpatrick looking to send it back in. Ogilvy Mitchell again, who has been very active in this quarter. Hands off to Grubb, who sends it out wide. Greg Nandu taps in front. Cates, the man that needs to really lift if Banks Bulldogs are going to get over this mountain of the Magic. Getting in close, and Ogilvy Mitchell again. He's been the spark for the Banks Bulldogs in this second half and has made the world of difference in getting themselves back into the game. Will line up from about 30 out into the breeze and on a very acute angle. Ogilvy Mitchell, left foot kick. Looking the goods. Straight over the umpire's hat. Straight through for a goal. And perfect start for the Banks Bulldogs in this final quarter. Leading the Wadeye Magic 6-10-52 to 7-4-46. 7-10-52, apologies. Now, for those of you who don't know much about the Wadeye Magic story out there, they are a community about 340 k's southwest of Darwin, who have about 22 clan groups living out there, and they are watching from their school today. So a big shout out to all you guys out there, and hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast as your guys are doing your community proud. As Cates lines up, kick the ball long in there. McNamee's underneath it, so is Ariu. Banks Bulldogs, mountain of pressure in there for the Wadeye Magic, and somehow he slips through the play. Warwick Fenner, the old 1-2, kicking out wide to Lee Stewart. Must go for the ball. And Klenke gets the contest and over the boundary line for a throw-in. For all those viewers out there, if you are interested in watching AFLN TV throughout the season, we are broadcasting one game a week. More often than not, it is Premier League. This is a special broadcast for those people out in Wadeye, but we are broadcasting Premier League games week in, week out, and are available for viewing after the games within the hour. So you can jump onto the website and log on and watch it anytime you like. And there is a game that with the one Brendan Favola from last week, as he bagged 9 goals in the Waratahs drumming of the Wanderers Football Club, as Leon Kintari takes the mark after a beautiful pass from Lewis Nandu. Again, this should be bread and butter for Kintari, who's kicked bags of 8, 9 and 10 in the first 3 rounds of this of the Wadeye Magic trial. Lining up 40 metres out with the breeze, and didn't really use the breeze at all there, and fading away down towards the right hand side of the screen. As the Banks Bulldogs lead is cut down to just 5. A short kick by Leork out to Klenke, kicking it long, and Fenner coming over the top was Wolf, who crunched him there from the back. And yes, I think that'll definitely earn his kick there. And he picks himself up off the ground and looking to recharge the Wadeye Magic inside, looking for McNamee. Razor Ray kicking it out to Cates, who has picked up his work rate in this second quarter, second half, mind you. Back out to Matthew Lynch, kicking it out wide. Wasteful kick in front of Fitzpatrick, who was closely watched there. by number 34 for the Wadeye Magic in Alfred Mungi. McNamee looking to do the ruck work here. Wadeye Magic, quick kick out to Alex Lanchin. A little bit overzealous there and another behind. I think it was actually Francis Quintari, not Lanchin. Apologies there. Lynch kicking it out, and an errant kick has just gone over the boundary line, and it's a free kick to the Wadeye Magic to be taken by Mark Palmbuck, who should be able to recharge for the Wadeye Magic now. And goal here will certainly put the pressure on the Banks Bulldogs as he kicks a long kick inside the top of the 50. Great tackling there. Good tackling pressure. Lewis Quintari dodges and weaves out of traffic. Through for another behind. Again, getting wasteful here from the Wadeye Magic, but putting plenty of pressure on the Banks Bulldogs as Bulldogs now looking to recharge out of their back half. Short kick into Will Johnson, who looks to pass it out wide to Davis. Takes a comfortable mark. Looking for long kick by Davis. Long looping left foot kick up to Klinky. Or 12-3. I think it was Klinky. No, Nicholas 12-3, who looks inboard now. Beautiful pass inboard. Trying to get their running game going of the Banks Bulldogs through Jacob Grubb. Kicks it long, looking for Salter. And his strength in front of his Wadeye Magic backline opponent there was a bit too much. And he'll go back and have a shot from about 30 out directly in front and should kick this goal. Salter lines up and slots another one, and the Banks Bulldogs extend their lead to 8-10-58 to Wadeye Magic 7-7-49. The Wadeye Magic finding it out what it's like against the top clubs in the Division 1 competition. The Banks Bulldogs coming out firing and looking to remain undefeated in this year's competition. 12 minutes remaining on the clock. It's going to be hard for the Wadeye Magic to get back into it, but with the breeze at their backs, anything can happen with plenty of space in front of Leon Quintari down there. As rucks do battle, Lee Stewart gets the handball out. Umpire gets in the road. Lewis Nandu. Errant kick, and Klenke doesn't take the mark. Should do, but anyway. Down, Fenner dives in over the ball. Just got to get it out now. Very, very lucky. Good desperation there. And now Cates. As it is, hot and contested foot in there. Grubb gets in over the ball. So does Matthew Lynch. Fenner working hard in over the ball as to Hosking. And again, hot and contested footy in the later stages of this game. Wadeye need a clearance here to get themselves back into it. Palmbuck. The umpires found a free kick here. Holding. Looks like Lee Stewart will take the kick. So Lee Stewart it is to take the kick. Looks for McNamee. Over through McNamee's hands. Quintari. Couldn't finish, out of bounds on the full. Well, Wadeye Magic 7-7-49 trail the Banks Bulldogs 8-10-58. As it's been returned back in, looking for 12-3, and over comes the top called Klinky. As they call him Creature. Creature looks inboard, looking for Grubb. Benny Grubb, lucky to get away with it. Off to his namesake in Jacob. Greg Nandu now mopping up, looking out wide for Lee Stewart. Stewart needs to be clean with the ball. Great tackle, Will Johnson. Plenty of numbers here for the Banks Bulldogs. Number 21 in Stephen Bulldog goes back and slots through another goal for the Banks Bulldogs, and now they're really flexing their muscle in the game. 9-10-64 plays Wadeye Magic 7-7-48. The Wadeye Magic is a result of some hard work being done by AFL Northern Territory out in the community, along with the community themselves, Thumara, Murin Travel and a number of their other partners out there who have been putting into this fantastic project, which we hope to see them in full time into the NTFL next year. Also like to thank our partners Faxia and the government out there who also put in a large amount of work into getting this program off the ground. As Warwick Fenner kicks the ball forward, Lanchin couldn't hold on, and out wide Fitzpatrick has got a mountain of space and couldn't track the ball down as it wanders over the boundary line. As I mentioned before, it's not possible without a number of the partners for this project, and that's also thanks to the Essendon Football Club, who do put a number of funds and support through player visits and a number of mountainous of money and time effort into the community up here, and we do thank them for that. As a nice tap over the back by Fenner. Wungi couldn't get a hold of the ball. Lanchin chases down number 26 in Andrew Higgins. Cates in the centre there, comes out with it. Handballs to Ogilvy Mitchell. Back to Cates, now Grubb on the outer side. Goal here to Banks, which certainly sweeten the deal and seal the deal for the Banks Bulldogs to remain undefeated. Waiting down, it's Fitzpatrick, and slots through another for the Banks Bulldogs as they kick away now 10-10-70 to the Wadeye Magic 7-7-49. The Wadeye Magic now tiring as, again, the debutant Roger Malpe takes the field. Again, probably a cult figure back in his hometown of Port Keats. 40 years of age and making his debut in Division 1 football, which is fantastic to see. As Palmbuck and Diggins do battle in the ruck again. Out it comes to Hosking. McNamee goes without it. Fitzpatrick cleans up. Off to Wolf. Hosking looking to the middle now to Cates. Waiting down. Cates keeps his feet. Bombs it in long. Looking for Ogilvy Mitchell and Salter. Ogilvy Mitchell keeps his feet. Gets it out. Through to Baldock. Handballs back. Baldock. Snap kick. It's drop mark there by Wadeye as they try to clear out. But it's all Banks as Grubb lines up and kicks it out on the full. With only 6 minutes to go in this quarter and in the game, I think the Banks Bulldogs might have the wood over here on the Wadeye Magic, but it's been a gallant effort by the young side from Port Keats. And again, another shout out to all the listeners and viewers out there who are watching from the local school. As Palmbuck takes the kick. Kicks it into Warwick Fenner, who drums it in long. Gets it out wide. Francis Kintari coming off now. Off to Mungi. And again, great work and great forward line pressure. Another fantastic goal, and I think it was to Barty Numbut by the looks of that, who slots through another goal. Nice snap kick over his shoulder. Fantastic goal. Wadeye Magic clawing back the deficit to 8-7-55. Banks Bulldogs 10-10-70. As Will Johnson takes a much needed rest and Richard Bulldog comes on. Cates comes off as well, and on is Anthony Davis for the Bulldogs. Diggins and Palmbach to do battle in the ruck again as it goes back to the centre. Umpire calls for the ball up again as it couldn't get clear. Palmbach gets the tap away. Louis Nandu couldn't get the kick away. Alistair Lanchin somehow gets a kick away. Lewis Nandu, couldn't get the ball in his hands. Out it comes. Some very tired legs out there from both sides. Some of the skills falling away as it goes out to Davis, who can run in, load up with a big raking left foot kick, but chopped off by Fenner. As it comes out to Alistair Lanchin. Looking for Mollingeen there, but Desmond Mollingeen, but again falling short. Kicking up goes Clinky to Raymond Scarlett, raising razor. Looking for that long kick into the forward 50. Looking for Salter. Comes out. Ogilvy Mitchell sets himself in front, but again spoiled and over the line by Greg Nandu. So Wadeye Magic make a couple more changes late in this game, as Lee Stewart does the rucking again against a much bigger opponent. Coming down to Richard Bulldog, number 13. Tough bounce, and Warwick Fenner rushes the ball over the line for a rush behind. Banks 10-10-71. Wadeye 8-7-55. A long raking kick to McNamee up the centre of the ground. And here it is, Alex Lanchin. Will he go for another run? Wadeye Magic are away through the centre here. Looking out wide. Can he go all the way? Handball's off. Number 11 it is. In Eric Kintari. Oh, touched on the line. Would have been a fantastic goal. Touched on the line by Braden Battersby. By the Banks Bulldogs saves the day. A long kick out. Looking for Clinky again. Great, fantastic mark there by Clinky. Kicking up to Wolf, who's got a mountain of space here on in his attacking half. Looks inboard. Roger Smoller tries to cut it off. Handball's over to Grubb. Grubb should slot it goal, and that should be it. That should be the ball game, I think, for the Banks Bulldogs. 11-77 to 8-8-56, I think. As the clock winds down, a minute 30 to go in this hotly contested Division 1 top of the table clash between the Wadeye Magic and Banks Bulldogs. The Banks Bulldogs finally flexing their muscle, and their fitness has obviously showed in this later stage of this game, as McNamee looking to continue to do that hard work inside 50, inside the centre square. Comes out through Raglas. Smiler goes without it. Clinky doing all the hard work in there, so is Bantic. Comes out to Smiler. Drops a mark, Leork. Dangerous kick, looking back inside. Francis Kintari out there, Eric Kintari. Looking for a chip pass. And a saving face goal there from number 21, Daniel Ariu. Has slotted a fantastic goal on the run. But again, too little too late for the Wadeye Magic. 9-8-62 to Banks Bulldogs 11-11-77. clock's going to beat the umpire back to the centre here, as the umpire goes to throw it up. But as the siren goes, the Wadeye Magic lose their first game in their fourth game of their 10-game trial. Banks 11-11-77 to Wadeye Magic 9-8-62. Farewell to all the viewers out there in Australia, and also down to Port Keats who are watching live from Port Keats. I'd like to thank all partners involved with the Wadeye Magic program: Murin Travel, the local shop Murin Patha, and also Thamara Incorporated, who have put a lot of effort into getting this team up and about for this season, and we hope to see them back in the NTFL full-time as of next year. We'd also like to thank the Essendon Football Club, Faxia, Department of Federal Government, Department of Housing and Community and Indigenous Programs, and all our other government partners here at AFL Northern Territory to assist this team to come to fruition, and we hope to see them in the NTFL next year. Thanks for viewing AFL TV, and this will be available within the hour to view on demand as you please. Thank you and good afternoon.